This instructional video lesson is anchored from English 7 Learners Packet or LEAP, patterned from DepEd Calabarzon's Pivot 4A. Special thanks to teacher Tesalonica C. Abesamis of SDO Tayabas City. Hello dearest learners, I am Miss Lani and welcome back to another session of learning and exploring the world of English. For today's session, the most essential learning competency that we're going to target today is same as we had during the previous lesson, which is to use correct and appropriate multimedia resources when orally giving information, instructions, making explanations, and narrating events in personal or factual recounts. The content of this lesson has something to do with the effective use of multimedia resources that can help make the ideas clearer and the presentation more interesting. Technology can be used to assist you when you create your presentations. For example, you can enhance your oral presentations with audio, pictures or drawings, diagrams, animation, and/or video. Whenever those are combined, the result is multimedia. You can create and arrange your presentations using PowerPoint slides, for instance, which are also multimedia as they combine text and images and sometimes video and other types. In this lesson, you will know how to choose the right multimedia resource for your topic. And here are the things to consider in creating your presentation. Number 1. Audience. Who will be listening to you? First, you need to know who your audience are and adjust your presentation depending on them. As you prepare, it is also important to know if they have any background knowledge about your topic. Number 2. Content. What material is interesting and engaging that is also appropriate for your topic or subject matter? You should think of multimedia as a way to emphasize your point. Try to connect your topic to the experiences and interests of your audience. Number 3. Organization. What are the things that you will add and remove? You must create an outline of your main and sub-points. You also need to indicate the kind of multimedia that will improve your point. Remember the following. First, use photos that will help you illustrate your point or enhance what your text is saying. Use charts, infographics, and diagrams to help explain complicated information or statistics for your audience. Use maps to allow your audience to recognize a location in your information. And use video and audio clips to add life and even emotion to your presentation, like presenting speeches or news stories. Number 4. Platform. What is the main platform that you will use? There are also many ways to create your presentation aside from PowerPoint, like Google Slides, Canva, Visme, Powtoon, and Prezi. It is also important to know that multimedia elements are divided into 2 parts. The first one is dynamic elements. Dynamic elements are objects that move or change, like video, audio, and animation. The other type is the static elements. static elements are objects that do not move, like text and graphics. Now, look at how the following examples of presentations use multimedia resources. The first one is a sample slides on COVID-19 from Canva. Another one is a short informative TikTok video entry of Luis Palad Integrated High School in Tompax, in which the topic is development of vaccines.
A person under observation has tested positive for the novel coronavirus. This is the first case in the country. The patient is. The Philippine government imposed one of the world's strongest, strictest lockdowns.
Have you seen all of that news? Isn't it strange that it has been months now and yet people are still struggling against this pandemic? We really need vaccines right now.
Yeah, you're right. But the big question is, why haven't we received one yet? Are they that difficult to make?
Let's find out. Good day, fellow chemists. We are your ChemBuds for today.
I am Haley.
And I am Zion. We are from Luis Palad Integrated High School. We will define what vaccines are.
In addition to this, we will determine the key ingredients in making vaccines.
Lastly, we will talk about how vaccines are manufactured.
Allow me to start by telling you what vaccines are. Vaccines are any products that produce immunity to a specific disease. When you are immune, it means that you are protected against that disease.
Vaccines are also essential in the society that we live in. When enough people in a population are immune to an infectious disease, the disease is then unlikely to spread from one person to another person. This is known as community immunity. After defining what vaccines are, let us discuss about its ingredients.
Ingredients of a vaccine play an important role in ensuring that a vaccine is safe and effective. A typical vaccine contains antigen, preservatives, stabilizers, surfactants, residuals, diluents, and adjuvants.
After knowing the key ingredients of a vaccine, we will now tackle about how they are manufactured. First, raw material reception. Second, active ingredient manufacturing. Third, coupling and formulation. Fourth, filling process. Fifth, clinical trials. And lastly, distribution. To sum it all, this entire process takes about 12 to 36 months, including the clinical trials and as well as the distribution to the public. Did you know that a vaccine should be stored in a very cold environment? It ranges from negative 20 degrees Celsius up to negative 70 degrees Celsius.
What a long process! That explains why vaccines aren't introduced to people yet. Remember, the main goal of a vaccine is to increase immunity of a person.
Now, did all that discussions answered your questions?
Well, yes, I learned a lot.
That's all for today, ChemBuds. Good day and peace be with you. Bye!
Now, it's time for your learning task. For your learning task number 1, the instruction is to choose one from the two examples of multimedia presentation. Then, copy your chosen column on your paper. Observe the presentation and check the multimedia resource or resources used. So, ang gagawin nyo dito, based dun sa dalawang example ng multimedia presentation, pipili kayo doon ng isa. Tapos, kokopyahin nyo kung aling column yon. So, halimbawa, ang pinili nyo ay yung Tongpax, Development of Vaccines. So, kokopyahin nyo ang column na to sa inyong paper, and then you're going to observe what are the multimedia resources being used or applied in that chosen multimedia presentation. For example, gumamit ba ng maps, ng photos, ng clip art, ng animations, video clips, audio clips, infographics, sound and music, and charts and graphs doon sa pinakitang video kanina? Or, kung ang pinili nyo naman ay yung COVID-19 with the use of Canva, gumamit ba siya ng maps, photos, clip art, animation, video clips, audio clips, infographics, sound and music, chart and graphs? So again, kung ato po yung napili ninyo na multimedia presentation, titingnan nyo lang yung multimedia resources na ginamit at lalagyan ng check yung box. For your learning task number 2, you're going to identify the multimedia resources used in the presentation. Answer the question that follow. Write your answer on your paper. So, since na-identify nyo na yung multimedia resources na ginamit sa presentation, sasagutan nyo yung mga sumusunod na tanong sa inyong papel. The first one is, what is the purpose of the presentation? Ano yung gustong iparating or purpose ng presentation para sa mga audience? Number 2, what type of multimedia elements are used? Dynamic, static, or both? Explain. So, dun sa napili ninyo na multimedia resources, ano yung kanyang ginamit na multimedia elements? Dynamic ba? Static, or parehas? Then, i-explain ninyo kung bakit dynamic, static, or both yung ginamit. Number 3, what multimedia resource or resources make the biggest impact on the screen? Why? So, ano yung pinaka may impact or pinaka nakakuha ng attention ninyo dun sa multimedia resources na ginamit? So, yun ba ay yung audio? Yun ba yung video? Yun ba ay yung animation or yung images? And then, i-explain nyo kung bakit yun yung merong biggest impact on the screen. Number 4, are there resources that you found to be distracting or ineffective? Explain. So, meron ba kayong nakita na resources dun sa multimedia presentation na nakaka-distract or ineffective o kaya naman hindi na kailangang gamitin? Bakit? Bakit meron? Bakit wala? And lastly, how do these resources contribute to achieve the purpose of the presentation? So, paano nakatulong yung mga resources or multimedia resources na yon para ma-achieve yung purpose or yung goal ng presentation? For your learning task number 3, you're going to evaluate each of the following statement as to valid or not. You're going to draw a smiley face if the statement is true, and sad face if the statement is false. So number 1, multimedia is the result of combining audio, still images, animation, video, and interactivity. Number 2, The basic elements of multimedia are text, graphics, animation, video, and audio. Number 3, animation, video, and audio are examples of static elements. Number 4, music and speech can be stored in a computer as audio files. And number 5, in creating your presentation, the first thing to consider is the platform that you will be using, whether it is PowerPoint, Google Slides, or Canva. In planning the multimedia presentation, you can use a storyboard to keep everything organized. It is a good idea to make a storyboard for each slide to plan the content and layout of your presentation. You can sketch, write, or paste into each slide. You may include text, images, sounds or music title, and other resources that you plan to use in your presentation. Take a look on the example of storyboard on COVID-19 presentation. For your final task, you're going to choose one from the topics below. The first one is energy conservation. Time and again, you hear tips for energy conservation. At home, what do you do to help cut down your electric bills? List your suggestions. The other one is water conservation. Look around you and observe how water is wasted at home and the neighborhood. List them and state some do's and don'ts to save water. So ang gagawin ninyo sa learning task number 4, una, pipili kayo sa dalawang topic, yung energy conservation at water conservation. So sa energy conservation, maglilista kayo ng mga suggestions, okay, kung paano ninyo mapapababa ang inyong electric bill. Pag water conservation naman, mag-observe kayo sa inyong bahay o kaya sa neighborhood. Tingnan ninyo kung paano ba naaaksaya yung tubig. So, isusulat nyo siya and then magsasuggest kayo ng mga do's and don'ts kung paano makakapag-conserve or makakapagtipid ng tubig. Second, create a multimedia presentation storyboard for a minimum of 6 slides and a maximum of 10 slides about your chosen topic. Do this in a long bond paper or any available paper. So, kapag nakapili na kayo ng inyong topic, mag-create na kayo ng inyong multimedia presentation storyboard. So, kailangan meron kayong minimum of 6 slides and a maximum of 10 slides. Gagawin nyo to sa long bond paper or kung ano man yung available na paper na meron sa inyo. Remember that you can sketch, write, or paste into each slide. You may include text, images, sounds, or music title, and other multimedia resources that you plan to use in your presentation. So, since ang gagawin ninyo ay sa bond paper, para maging multimedia yung inyong presentation, maaari kayong mag-sketch, magsulat, or magdikit sa bawat slide. Pwede kayong maglagay ng text, ng images, ng sound or music title, and other multimedia resources doon sa inyong presentation para matawag siya na multimedia. Again, pwedeng mag-sketch, mag-write or mag-paste sa bawat slide. Now, this is the rubric for rating to be used in your storyboard presentation or storyboard multimedia presentation. So we have here accuracy and completeness or facts. Ibig sabihin, naglagay kayo or yung mga factual na statement or information yung nilagay ninyo. We have the creativity, the use of multimedia, yung paggamit nyo ng text, ng picture, ng drawings, and many more. Organization, the logical sequence of information. So kung paano nyo pinagsunod-sunod yung sequence of information ninyo depende sa topic. Presentation, logical and interesting. So kung ano yung pinaka-itsura or appearance ng inyong presentation. And then the mechanics, the spelling and the grammar. So we have here 10, 8, 6, 4, and 2. For your assessment, pick the resource that is suitable to present each information. Choose from the following: video clips, audio clips, music, photos, maps, charts, and graphs. Again, in using multimedia resources, you can enhance your presentation. You will liven up your presentation and engage your audience by selecting the right graphics, video, and/or audio. And that is all for today. I hope that you gained some learnings from me. Thank you for watching. Till the next session. Bye!